Rather than planning 3 different leveled tasks for your class, put your energy into one great task that has a low floor and a high ceiling. Now, a low floor means we have a simple starting point. Everyone can get on board. Tic-tac-toe has a low floor. Even the youngest of kids can start playing tic-tac-toe pretty quickly, whereas chess has a high floor. It's intimidating. There's a lot of adults who don't know how to play chess. So we want to focus on developing tasks that have a low floor. But this doesn't mean we're aiming for tasks that are simple. We want to pair the low floor with a high ceiling. The ceiling is the potential room for a task to grow. If a student finds a task intriguing, how far can they go with it? A task with a high ceiling allows students to keep at that same task, learning more and increasing their skill. Now, tic-tac-toe has a very low ceiling. Once you've learned the basic rules, you've pretty much mastered it. This is why adults don't play tic-tac-toe, because you'd end up with a tie every time. You hit that ceiling really early. Tasks with low ceilings get boring quickly. When students reach the ceiling, they say, "What do I do next?" Because the task can't expand any further. Now, chess has a very high ceiling. You could play chess your whole life and still be learning. With its high ceiling, chess is a rewarding activity as long as you can get past that high floor. So this is where we come in. A skilled teacher can lower the floor of any task. Lowering the floor is all about scaffolding. If I told you you had to teach first graders how to play chess, I bet you could figure out a way to make it happen. In fact, let's pause here so that you can think about the kinds of scaffolds you would introduce in order to make chess approachable for someone who's never played it before. Come up with at least 3 scaffolds that you could use to teach even a first grader how to get started with chess. And then come back for the next video and I'll tell you what I would do.
Wait just a moment, and I'm going to play the next video for you.
Approachable for a beginner? Well, I'd start with fewer pieces. Just practice with the king, queen, and some pawns at first. I'd probably start with a smaller board. I definitely wouldn't play full games at first. We would just practice with each piece. I'd model the game. I'd let students watch me play, and I'd think aloud. And the beauty is, you can remove those scaffolds as students get better. Add in the rook, add in the knight, make the board larger. And of course, different students will get better at different rates, which means those scaffolds will disappear faster for some students and slower for others. See, this is differentiation. We don't need to create 3 different tasks. You don't have a tic-tac-toe group, a checkers group, and a chess group. This is really complicated. You're teaching 3 different things, and students get stuck in one of these groups. Learning tic-tac-toe isn't going to help these kids ever advance to the checkers group. So instead, we create one great task. We aim high enough for our most advanced student, and then we scaffold down so all students can approach the task. You see the same thing in sports. If you want kids to play baseball, we just scaffold baseball down so that it's something a 6-year-old can do. We don't invent some whole other sport. We just lower the floor on the real thing. We add in scaffolds. And then when they don't need a scaffold, we just remove it. If you go to the bowling alley, you will see kids bowling on the same lanes as experts. They just have different scaffolds put into place so that they can learn the game, and then we remove the scaffolds as soon as they're ready. So when you're planning, it's much easier to start with high expectations and then plan in your scaffolds. This means your most advanced students won't finish early and then ask, "What should I do next?" They can just keep at it. But it also gives even your lowest performing students a chance to go somewhere interesting. They're not stuck with tic-tac-toe all the time.